I think if you can outsource, bro. Like anything that allows you to just keep doing
The thing that you actually do.
the art, yeah.
How often do you think of a funny tweet or post and then you go, no, this isn't gonna go down?
I was about to tweet something this morning. Not tweet, it's the status, and then I was like, "This is a great gag. I'm not putting this here for likes."
God.
Oh, you don't post because you think it's gonna be a good joke on stage?
Yeah.
And then probably you never do it as a joke on stage.
No, this one's a good one.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
This is a good one.
Yeah, this was a good. As I was writing it, I'm like, "Yo, I'm in this." I'm like, oh, because this is a bit. It's got insight. It's got a world it lives in. I was like, nah.
I had a hashtag
Y'all don't
yesterday.
deserve this for data.
I had a thought and then a hashtag that I went back on. Because the thought was enough. But then the hashtag was just me now indulging myself. So it was, when the curfew time was coming, I said, when the school teacher switches on the lights at the end of the school dance, that's what a 9 o'clock curfew feels like.
Yes.
That was the thought. But the hashtag I wanted to write, blue balls and disappointment. Then I was like, no,
It's a
doesn't
long
need-
ass.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm glad you told us. Told us first.
Just left because I remember those days when the lights came on and you weren't even close to, but you were close to the courage to start talking to the girls, and then the thing's over.
Oh,
So it's not even
dog.
like you did anything.
When last did you feel that fear, that hesitation to talk to a girl?
For me, it's not when last did I feel a fear. It's when last did I feel the butterflies of going
To talk to a girl.
to either go on a date with a girl or talk to a girl. Not necessarily the fear, but the butterflies I haven't had in a long time.
I would overcome that. I would see the girl. I'm like, let's not let this be another night where you go home thinking, hey, that girl was nice though.
And you
You
didn't.
must know that she rejected you if she rejects you. And then you go, and then if the nights where I got the courage to go talk to the girl, it would be like, hey, it's like, oh, I should have just not done this.
Yes.
This is worse than not knowing. Now I know the problem is me.
No, but that's beautiful because in the movies, sometimes the things that we do in normal life, they don't seem so heroic and good because they're normal life. Because in the movies, there's music playing, the kid is nervous, we're watching it going, go talk to the girl, go talk to the girl.
Yeah.
And when he does and whatever, we go, man, at least you spoke to the girl.
Yeah.
But when you're doing it in real life by yourself with no Hans Zimmer in the fucking background, it seems sad.
Life is missing Hans Zimmer.
But it seems sad when it's like, no, that's the thing.
That's the thing.
how stories are. Those are the stories that engage us, and you living it. But it's just that no one's telling you, bruh, you spoke to a girl. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's a fucking amazing thing that you did.
And then
Girls
there's-
don't know that feeling. So many girls. Some girls do approach guys, but girls don't know the feeling of
Yes.
the whole process of seeing, wondering, stepping forward, trying to make a conversation out of nothing.
Right.
But girls also, no, they're looking
Well,
at us and they find you good looking or whatever, and then they're going, is he from a good family? Is this person not going to spike me?
Is he a
this
threat?
the-
Yeah.
They have other
They have other
music.
problems.
They have music more like, teen. There's another thing.
All they sing is yeah. And you just
That's
trying to stand there having your I've got a good family face.
Good family.
That feeling is hard. Like trying to look like you're not dangerous.
No,
Very difficult.
I don't even know if there's such a thing.
Especially in COVID, because you're trying to do it with your eyes.
No, she's like, are you trying to tell me something?
Who's following you?
Just looking around looking for your walking cane.
Dude, there's so many times. There's so many times still today where I'm like, I think I realized it very early that trusting the eyes is. I wish that we could just know that a person you'd be attracted to them without seeing
The second
rest
half of the face.
Yes, but bro, the mistakes I've made.
Oh, bro.
It's actually I've never gotten it right.
I've gotten to know people during COVID and then they remove the second half of their, or they show the second half of their face. Mr. Bond.
Sound like Mr.
And then you're like, you are not the person I convinced myself you were.
Right.
Right.
I sketch artist you very wrong.
And now it's countdown to how do I cease this immediately?
Yeah.
Because it's like I was in it, but now I'm not interested. In it.
Yeah, fuck, that's a tough one, eh? Trying to show a stranger that, because you're trying to show a stranger all in a minute. That's your time.
In terms of
That I'm a good person, that you'd want to get to know me more.
Yes.
All those things.
There's more to this.
Dude, that's a tough one.
no, bro.
It's art of the preview.
Dude.
This summer, you could be banging this guy.
But for me, it's almost like the approaching of a stranger that I'm attracted to. It's not even like an option anymore because of the overwhelming statistics, you say narrative, that guys are just nonsense.
Yes.
That I don't want to take my risk of going to say hi and speaking, not because I'm scared I won't know what to say, but because of the story that's already around
That moment.
me just being in the club.
Yes. Yeah.
I feel like when I walk in, I just feel like I'm doing everything to prove that I've domesticated at least. Not even that I'm not an animal. That
Even when you walk in and you wait for your turn in the line by the bar, and eventually when when your elbows touch the bar, you're like, it's my turn now. I'm gonna order more fucking things. Everyone back off. Back off now. What's that, sir? Just a Heineken, thank you. You're waiting. My thing is that I've always learned, Lazola and I would always be like, if we go to a new club, first time you get service from a barman, tip that motherfucker properly. So whenever they see you in that line,
Yes.
they're
Right.
like, there's my person.
Yes.
And they part ways. Because that
They look
line-
over people to you.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
The problem with those kind of relationships is you forget. It's so funny how, like, it's the same feeling I had with makeup artists on production.
Mm-hmm.
I'd get there in the morning, everyone's friendly, oh, how are you doing a job. Then you do like the shoot for the whole day. Then at the end of the day, when you're looking for this motherfucker to take the thing off, she's packing her bags. There's a different look on her face.
Like, here's a wet wipe
It's
here.
like you
sort
can't
yourself
even. It's
out.
like you can't even engage now, and then you realize, oh, this was just a transaction. It wasn't friendly.
She was at the office.
Yes. So with people like that, I always am scared of the heartbreak because it's so friendly during the night, but it's only because you tipped so much, not because they like you or
Yes.
whatever. And then the person who tips them more, because there'll always be a bigger
Yes.
tipper, immediately you get your feelings hurt.
But it's what you. It's like
Am I just sensitive?
no. It's like what we were talking about before this about sometimes if someone needs something, it can be misunderstood as more than what it needs in the moment.
What do you mean?
So like, I need drinks, he needs tips, and that was the whole transaction.
Right.
But now you trying to be friends. It was like, no, but it
Right.
was real because it was real. It was a genuine thing because I'm here for tips, you here for drinks, and we traded these two things and it worked for both of us.
Beautiful.
Right.
So like the chick that you said, when you were finally when you were yourself, when you're like, oh, I can be this person, I can be
Who's this now?
no names mentioned. When you said you were finally touchy with the person because that's who you are with friends,
Right.
it caused complications after because you just wanted to be friends with the person. And when you're friends with the person, you touch and na. And then they were like, oh, there's more to this than in this moment. And it's like,
Oh my God.
if the transaction, because I don't think the idea of interactions being transactional is necessarily wrong. It's, do you both understand the transaction and where
Yeah.
it starts and where it ends?
Right.
Yeah. So now I think a lot of people, you just engage in a conversation. How often have you engaged in a conversation with someone new somewhere and the next time they see you, they pick up from that same energy and it was like, no, that was at the bank.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Why are you
bank.
whispering so close to my
Yeah.
face?
I've done the mistake of asking a person in a social environment what they do and then going, explain that, and they explained it.
And
And
you were
it
stuck.
was one of those engineering things, and it was
They said more than engineering. You should have stopped there.
yeah, it's just like, oh fuck. I needed somebody to just come and intercept.
What-
Hey, there's girls there. Yo, who's the girls?
transactional in the moment.
In the moment.
That's what I'm struggling with, like, because that thing about being in the moment, the biggest struggle about actually living it is that that's all you have. So when someone asks me something outside of the moment, it fucks up my, like if we're talking and we're in the moment, we're having a good time, and then someone will say, "What are you doing next week? Or what are you doing later?"
There's no later for us.
I realize this because I'll be having a good time with someone, and then they'll ask what I'm doing or if I'd like to.
Yes.
And in that moment, I don't. I don't. I'm having a good time now.
Yes.
I don't know what I'm gonna feel like later.
That always happens.
And then it sounds like I'm a
early
bad
December.
dude, but I'm.
It always
In
happens. What?
December, what are you doing New Year's Eve? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Just
the politics of New Year's Eve.
your New Year's Eve, Jesus.
Do you know how many times I've location hopped to make people happy? I'll be happy at one New Year's thing, and it's like, but I promised other person I'll be there for the countdown at their place, and then I'll be after the countdown. I'll go to, and it's like,
And those are the most horrible ones for you.
yes,
Because you don't taste anything.
no, you're not in anything.
It's like
You're barely featuring.
Al Pacino in Devil's Advocate. Taste, look, but don't touch. Touch, but don't taste. Taste, but don't swallow.
like it.
And all the while, that scene is hectic.
I wonder how, if you're like how much do you, as actors, because you got to act, how much do they deviate from what they believe? Because that's a lot of thing to put out there, playing the devil or whatever. And then now you're saying these things. You're God. And it's like,
Right.
do you truly believe that God's going, he's playing the art that I wanted him to play? Or is God going, this is the art you chose? You could have played any script. You could have said, you saw that line.
But
And
I was watching, to answer that, I was watching the show on Vacations. It's on Netflix. And I think it's just going around, it's different Airbnbs around the world, beautiful Airbnbs. And whenever it's these three people, it's one dude and it's two chicks. And then whenever they walk into an Airbnb, their reaction is never what the Airbnb looks like.
What do you mean?
So they walk into an Airbnb and the camera, it's a shot of them walking in. And it's always, wow. Like, yo, guys, like,
Airbnb.
yes, the shit is clean. Like, it's not this, it doesn't deserve a wow.
wait till these people see the Taj Mahal.
Yes, it's just like, it's too much. So you go, yes, we're selling this place.
Right.
But then when are we going to be real with each other?
No, never.
You know what I mean?
Forget about
No one likes real, bro. That's why even reality TV is not real.
Bruh,
Real, real life. Is it Gola who says real life is just so mundane?
Yes.
Yes, but
just
most of life
most
is
of
mundane.
life is
Enjoy the
mundane.
mundane.
But if I was a copywriter and I could write ads like for Cool Beans, then it's the kid going, "Oh, what are we having tonight?" Then they run into the cupboard and go, "Oh, it's that time of the month." And then the mother goes, "Go sit at the table."
This sounds like an ad for Cool Beans Bank. Not only do we feed you, but we feed your bottom line. Introducing.
Like just a realistic ad, bruh.
But you know what?
No, wait.
Like one of those, imagine
Everything's
if you
hyped.
did,
Think about it. Everything is hyped up.
Dude,
you
can
watch
I give you-
ads
can
for
I forget
shitty
it?
cars, and they never talk about how humble the car is. It's never like the car that gets you from A to
Alright.
B because B is where you want to be. It's not like some humble thing.
Yes.
It's a fucking ATOS doing donuts on the, and she's like, no one's doing donuts in ATOS.
it's like why are there puppies running in my toilet paper in the ad?
Yes.
Can't we gonna go?
Yeah.
I need a shit. Can I get it? Give me, how much? What?
So
That's cheap.
true. Because in
Go
the,
shit.
because
Like,
in
we
the
don't
thinking,
need-
it's the product is for that. But
Yes.
for some reason, there's a puppy involved.
Why the fuck are puppies playing in my
Because
toilet paper?
deep down inside, they know that everybody wants to wipe their ass with a puppy. They just
I've never been in a toilet with a dog in. Why does this advert selling me this product have a dog in it? But no one can tell this. I was laughing.
Dogs don't even wipe their asses.
Dogs
Their
don't even
asses are designed
That's
so
very
that they
true.
never have to wipe their asses.
I wonder
That's
how
so
that.
true.
If I had a superpower now, I actually have just thought of maybe a practical one. That dog ass ability.
It's a great one. You know how much
not-
time you'd save?
Money, forget time. Double
Wipe your
price.
ass with a dog.
No,
No,
to have that, because dogs shit,
Huh?
and then you look at the ass. There's no smell.
Oh yes, to have the cutoff.
Whatever that thing is.
I think it's a cut. It's a snip.
Do you know how much? Not even in terms of already. It's a
I'll sit backstage, While I'm going, if I need a
Yes.
shit, I'll just be like, oh, right.
Anyway, just one of those.
Walk out stage like nothing happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the most funny shit man in the world. Oops. Not only will I save time, I will save money. I think it's the most there is no other superpower that I've ever thought of.
That I could daily use.
Actually, maybe teleporting.
Teleportation is the only superpower.
I don't like
Everything else is a waste of time.
teleportation because I feel like it will rob you of life. That's the only. When I had that
you'll have
It's the
realization,
greatest cheap code.
You'll have
Cheat code.
nothing to talk about.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no one understands you.
Yes.
It's like you got here. People are like, "Oh, did you see that?" Oh,
Life is experienced from your A to your B.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm with you.
So that when
I
I
don't know if I have paralyzed
You paralyzed me with that statement.
What I say, what you said was some bull.
When you say a quote, you go, oh wow, I can actually. Here's a pen and paper right now.
This is madness, you maniacs.
This is the Dope Ass Podcast.
oh yeah.
I had a teacher, Miss Monks. She taught all of us, all the siblings, and it was always like, you've got older siblings, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, there's that thing of knowing a teacher, but they haven't taught you yet, but you just know them
Yes,
because the
yes,
older siblings have been through them.
I've had that.
And then getting to Miss Monk's class because I've heard so much, and then being there, and she totally just like blew my mind.
What do you mean, Blue?
Like, you know, when you get into the teacher's class and you go, I've heard so much about you.
Yes.
And she was just ready, bruh.
She was her.
She
She
was
was the
her.
thing that you heard about for years.
Dude, she was just
Right.
on point, all the things. It was like, oh, this is amazing. I think that's like one of the very few teachers I was excited to be in her class. 'Cause
I
she
had
just had a way of talking to us.
I had a teacher like that, but in terms of how I saw her and how I experienced her. So in grade 1, there was a teacher, Miss Stresso. Hot, actually, now that I think about it as a 37-year-old, blonde, tall.
She probably wasn't hot, but your youth.
Right.
Yeah, I look back at my hot
And
teachers. I was like,
teachers-
what the? And we talk about them all break
Oh
long.
no, your little eyes.
Oh, and you look back and you're like, I wouldn't even notice this girl in a club.
No, but
But I feel like every person from your high school days was hot.
because maybe we were in a boys' school.
Is
No,
it?
even worse. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Right.
you only brought up hot people from your teenage years.
She was contextually hot. Continue.
Yeah, but our school used to finish, and then she used to give hugs
On
to
her chest.
No man, shit.
Ah, shit.
Well, I'm in grade
Picture
1.
your bald head just squeezing through the line, trying to get to her breasts to be held. Oh my gosh.
But I used to run down to the class before the last kid hugged her, so that I could also get a hug from Miss Stresser. And I remember it was everything that I hoped it would be.
The hug.
Like Mrs. Monk to you, Miss Stresser's hugs to me.
But you know, Miss Stresso was always used at Bryce to argue her husband's racist points.
What do you mean?
Because whenever her husband says a racist thing, like, even my wife, all the black kids hug her. They run
yes.
downstairs and hug her. We're not a racist family.
I'm not racist. My wife hugs black kids at school. Get on in her
No,
class.
but you said the K word. No, but my wife, she comes back with the black kids. She hugged. I hug her when she still has the black child on her blouse.
The black child won't let go. We've adopted him now.
I want to know how many people of color are used as an excuse in their white person's racist rants. You know how many of us are probably names have been popped up
But
of
you-
the same K words.
but no.
But Louis always cool with the joke.
But you'd,
Yeah, but relax, right?
you'd also,
You pay his salary. It's different.
you would literally also have that. Both of you, everyone has that thing. They won't say it until, because if you were pushed about how homophobic you are by people who were gay,
Yes.
at some point,
Yes.
Bringing
those
up a
words
name.
come out your mouth where you say, I have gay friends. Oh, fuck you. So it's the same for everyone.
Yes.
I just realized, because you're not just going to be there taking it.
Yes, there's only so much you can rope a dope.
So
Eventually,
you
like,
say, Sandile is my cousin.
So
that's funny.
he's gay around us.
That's funny. I just think that's so dope.
Everyone
a white
has it,
person
man.
rope a doping a racist fight. Sipo.
And the black guy just...
Yes.
Now the white guy's panicking. Shit, times have changed.
Oh, shit, I gotta throw out my big one. Long walk to freedom. I read the whole thing.
No, but
I would have
everyone-
voted for Mandela if I was old enough. What?
Those words. Clotheslining. Manga sutu poti lazy. It's so
I
crazy.
voted for the ANC. No, but it's just now.
Your
you-
opponent.
You're in trouble now.
Ah, fuck. That's hilarious.
Everyone's got it, bro.
I wonder how white people who vote for the ANC feel.
About
Like, how do you vote? Do you go like this? Or is it like a confident vote? I don't know if there's confident white ANC votes.
Dude, I don't know if there's
Right,
confident. I don't know if there's confident South
votes.
Africans.
Yeah, that's true.
Right now.
Yeah. Right now, it's
Confident.
I feel like PJ Powers was the only confident white lady. She was like, oh, another World Cup opening ceremony.
Yeah, Saz.
Jabulani.
Jabulani.
PJ.
Jabulani.
I love PJ, bro. Especially when did I ever tell you about when I heard it on No Lean talk about her alcohol problem? I died.
No.
She said that she was such an alcoholic that once she drank shampoo backstage. I was like, this is next level. PJ was a proper alcoholic. You think she was barefoot because she wanted to be black? She forgot her shoes.
She said this.
It's in her book. She's just on
One. I never thought that.
She might have done that.
She is shoeless like us.
So just promoting a book, and then in the story they touch on alcohol abuse.
Wow.
And then I just remember hearing that. It's like, yo, No Lean, once I drank shampoo backstage.
Yeah.
No Lean's like, okay. Let's go.
Let's go to a commercial break.
Yes, we'll come back with more of this bullshit.
ads. Play the other ones again. Play another Omo ad.
Imagine, that's so funny.
That was Mango Groove. That was the other white.
Oh, is that the other white?
That was the other white.
Yeah, there's clear something.
Claire Johnston.
Yes.
But you know what I realized about, because I remember when Johnny Clegg, may he rest in peace, when he passed away, and then we were hearing stories about his career. So obviously at some point he linked up. It's so crazy how I've even forgotten the black guy's name. But he was talking about how he used to get into the townships, because obviously he's a white guy.
The hostels, yeah.
Yes. And I realized how wild, because we only know the Johnny Clegg stories. Those are the famous ones. But in terms of, my God, please can you Google the guy's name? Because now I'm calling him the guy.
I don't even know how to Google it.
Johnny Clegg's black musician.
Oh, yes.
Johnny Clegg's rope-a-dope friend.
Johnny Clegg's black guy who used to tag team with him, but Johnny Clegg. Do you know how crazy that is? That such an integral part of the story. You know what I mean? Because he used to also have to explain this white guy that he's bringing.
Got you.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So there's a whole thing. Never mind.
Sipum Kun.
Yes.
Okay,
Sipum Kun. My God.
That's the first
yeah,
time
no,
I
his
think
name.
I've
Say his name.
Yeah,
Say his
yeah,
name.
But Sipum, he there is no
Perspective on him.
There is no perspective on him. There is no,
Because his story is also
even
crazy.
interest.
Because you must remember, hostels don't let you to be like part of it's like a world. It's like a club. And then not even women get in there. Now,
This
Sipho arrives with a white child.
Yeah.
Panic. Because they're like, where did you steal this? How do we explain this child? Do you
So
know
much,
that,
man.
do you know the government is looking for this child right now?
You guys are bringing your kidnapped victims back to the hospital?
Didn't we say the B2 block? This is trafficking in this motherfucker. Why are you bringing the white children? here?
Sipho kidnapped him again.
Woo, woo. Dance, quickly, fast, just dance.
Yeah, that's how the band was
That's how it
started. I kidnapped him. Oh, Jesus.
That's hilarious.
I won't tell them you kidnapped me if we keep this band going. That's how this band kept. Otherwise, I'll tell them you kidnapped me. 30 years later, Chuluka. but the thing is, that thing of not knowing the two sides of the coins because they're equally as exciting, I think is the biggest sell in terms of when we talk about South African stories.
Right.
It's not necessarily the white side of the story, if I can put it that way.
Tell Hollywood that shit.
Yeah, it actually
Tell Hollywood
It
whose name's first in the credits.
it actually sounds like the problem they have over there, but I kick myself because I go, but they're a minority there.
But we also got the problem.
But we also
Yes,
have the
as a
same
majority,
problem,
yeah,
and
yeah.
as a majority, and I'm like, well, we also in the same thing, even though we're majority.
Yeah,
We had to Google
Sipho Mkhulu.
Sipho Mkhulu.
Yeah, but there's still a thing of, even when you do your shows, excuse me, there's still a thing of having white faces in the audience. Doesn't matter if you got black, colored, Indian people, white people in the room are realistic to the world we're living in. So the white opinion maybe might not be as important, but I think they need to hear our opinion very much so.
Yes.
Because you got lots of the comedy is coming from still living off these rules that white people gave us years ago. So it's like, why tell the story?
They created so much context.
Yes, so why tell this thing just to us who understand the thing?
Yes.
Got you.
Because I like it when I see white people in the room, because I'm like, I've got this joke for you and I want to see how you react to it.
Yes.
Yes.
Because there's no point in talking to black and colored people. Like, we know the
We've
thing.
been, Remember the thing we talked about before the stage? Before I got on, we were all talking about it.
Remember that thing you lived before we all walked into the theater?
But there's a lot of jokes, because jokers realizing that I get what you're saying and I'm going with it. And then there's a lot of jokes you tell that you don't even know, where white people are going, oh,
Yes.
I didn't know you felt that way. I'm sorry. So there's a lot of that shit. So I'm like, when they're there, then tell them the thing. Because then what's the
Yeah.
point?
But there is a lot of. How's the time there?
Got 1 minute left of this.
I was just gonna, because it reminded me of the times when you say things and even I sound like a white person to you, because I'm like,
We all got that.
even within people of color, there's
Yeah.
a lot of like,
Yeah, we don't know each other.
Going back to what you're saying, there's so many things with people of color that now that we won't understand of each other because of how everybody's integrated after 94. The narrative was pretty much the same before 94. Now on who's gotten a better life quicker, all your jokes won't work anywhere you go talking to any black person in this country
Yes.
of all ages.
As in, like, not everyone will.
You'll make them
No
laugh,
one-
but you'll have to be specific on the material you choose for that crowd. You won't go on there and just talk about.
You're not just going to talk about stuff in KZN as if they had the exact same experience as you in the Eastern Cape.
right.
It's not the same nostalgia. It's not.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
the-
yes,
you,
yes, yes,
you
yes.
know that
The resonance.
the resonance is different everywhere. Yeah.
Yes. And also, I realized that I was scared of Zulu people when I did my last show. In Durban, and there were lots of
I'm genuinely scared of Zulu people.
no.
No, I'm genuinely scared of Zulu.
Oh, is it? I feel like you were like, me too.
Yeah, I was, and you're like, no. What I meant, I'm like, okay.
You know that.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Genuinely.
I don't know what it is, bruh. They just have a.
Literally,
They have
that's
an impy thing about them, bro.
that's literally what I only picked up when I moved to Johannesburg and doing comedy and hearing comics jokes about being scared of Zulu people.
Yeah.
Growing up in Durban and going to Zululand and all those things, they were just seen as elders. There were people who are older than you, show them
Right.
respect.
Yeah.
The boys who are your age or a bit older, show them respect. And the ones that are younger, look after them.
Is this Zululand?
Zululand and Durban, that's how it was. Because
Okay.
I just saw it as,
Sorry. When you said Zululand,
my,
I literally pictured you, your family going to like an aquarium.
Zululand is a place.
So in my head, I'm going, so you only
Were they-
interacted with Zulus
they-
at the aquarium at Zululand.
Free rides at Zululand.
Wait, sorry.
$2 to get on this cow.
Okay,
So my dad grew up in Ishawa,
I got you.
and Zulu Ishawa is part of Zululand.
Got you.
So going there and also seeing the family, the Zulu-speaking people who are family on our side, on my dad's side, it wasn't never.
Fear.
There was never fear.
Got you.
Yes.
I know fear if I'm okay, cool. This I must be scared because I'm walking through a taxi rank now. That
Yes.
fear, but it wasn't going. This is
Because there's Zulus in the taxi. You were just scared.
But I think that's
yes,
what it
yes.
is. It's
It
not
was just-
Zulu people. It's just like there's so many. I think it's also part of growing. I think it was a big moment was
'Cause you've KZN experience.
Yeah, so 94 elections. was still in Durban, right?
Yes.
And that week or those days of election, the build up was the Inkatha,
yeah.
Oh, that's
and
wild.
all
yeah.
that stuff. So in our heads, it was
violent.
the Zulus. It wasn't.
Yes.
You didn't think of it as like Inkatha is a certain type of person who buying into politics.
Yes, not
Yeah.
a. You wouldn't see it as
It's
a political party.
Political. It was like, oh,
Zulus.
Zulu people vote for Inkatha. That's what happened. So
Right.
the violence that led up to that, and then that week we didn't. I remember we were allowed to play TV games all day because we weren't allowed to go to school. I think schools were closed for those few days.
Yeah, that was a scary time.
That was a scary time. So I think that always stuck with me.
All I heard Zulu say was, "You're just an ungrateful kid because we gave you 3 days of holiday. You chose fear over gratitude."
3 days of TV games. You guys had to put that adapter in the freezer every 2 hours.
So so that's where that being afraid of them comes from.
I think that is now that I'm thinking about it now, because I'm like, why do I think Zulu? And I'm like, hey, the Zulus are coming.
Don't fuck around.
Yeah, don't fuck around. The Zulus are coming.
I have the exact same experience as you, except it was just in the taxis when I moved up to Joburg.
Yes. See,
It's the same,
that
don't
affirms
fuck
them.
around.
Yes. I think
Better-
the taxis then affirmed when I came to Joburg because those guys don't fuck around. Then I go, and they sound like, because I can hear the difference between like a Joburg Zulu and
Yes.
a KZN Zulu. So, and the guys here they've been shipped over for their no-nonsense approach.
Right.
But here's my question to
I don't
you
think
guys.
people understand. Sorry.
My question to you guys, both from Eastern Cape, Kosa, is your fear of Zulu people, is your fear because Zulu people are aggressive and they stand out in a certain way, or is your fear going that as a Kosa person, you feel inferior to a Zulu person? Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I think it's reputation.
Is it more reputation
I
than
think it's
you going?
reputation.
Okay.
For me.
So if you were walking with a petty person, and they don't know what Zulus are, and then
And I have to explain what a Zulu
yes,
is.
and they, are you
No, but
explaining?
also we're painting Zulus. Wait,
That's what I'm
There's
saying.
Zulus who do yoga
No,
and a
bro.
kind and
But that's
I
why.
just want to break a stereotype.
No, but
I don't know.
that's why I want the explanation, because right now it just sounds like
Yes.
if you're gonna teach your little boys about Zulu people,
No.
are you gonna explain
It's
from
not
that point?
It's not something
Yes, that's what I
it's
wanna
not
know.
something I stand by and I go, Zulus are.
Yes.
I go, if
It's
I'm
a
in a,
subconscious
if
thing.
I'm in a very Zulu space, I know I'm like, why do I feel that all of a sudden? And then you know your rationale comes through and you go, man, these are people. What are you fucking on?
No,
Yeah.
because I needed to clear that up, because I was like, don't go there. There's Zulus there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like it's not
No,
like
no,
that.
it's not like that. It's not like don't
Yes.
go there. There's Zulus.
I wanted to clear that up because I was going down
It's
there.
not
bro.
how I get my daughter to do things. If you don't, I'm gonna get Zulus to come here. If you don't finish your food, Zulus
You want
come.
a Zulu to come here.
I remember.
That's how I'm gonna get my kids to do everything. You're not sleeping. Do you want a Zulu? Do you want a Zulu on the stoop?
That was the base of Zuluma was supposed to be a horror.
And they were,
They fucked that up the whole script.
The whole script.
The person, when they were watching the edit, they're like, why are we throwing mud on their face?
Zulu. Kwathini? Abezwe Zulu.
Yeah. I remember when friends used to come over. And whenever friends used to come over to our house from the private school, it always seemed like they were going on a crazy excursion. Like they had to sign indemnity forms. It's like
When they used to come over?
to our house, because like you're going to the township now.
Oh,
Oh, what, your private school friends?
Private school
Oh,
friends.
shit.
So there's always that thing of, oh shit, we're going there. It was that kind of feeling. And I remember my gran, how she would treat the white boys.
Hey.
And immediately you could see
Careful, bro.
hey, bruh, like, colored and black kids didn't give a fuck. They didn't give a fuck.
In terms of visiting.
In terms of visiting, it was
Yeah.
like, okay, cool. You want something, all right. Here's Oros. White boys, go and get cool drink.
Go get fizzy drinks.
Yes.
They only drink fizzy drinks, huh?
Like the small things like that.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm like, it's weird how it's, because we carry on this shit.
No, but you know what it is?
No, no.
We
It's like, I'll tell you what it is. It's like, it's almost a parental thing where you go, I know how, whatever, those people live, or I know how, it's like with birthdays, for example. My kids go to a birthday of so-and-so, and then I hear,
representing the
and then
fam.
I hear, what did you guys do at James's or at Viewers' birthday? Oh, there was jumping castles. Now in my head, I'm going, when we have a birthday, fuck if we have castles or anything any other day. But when we're inviting people over,
Yes.
or people are coming over,
Yes.
I'm gonna have to give these kids a story for their parents.
yes, it's not for them.
It's
It's
not
for their parents.
So it's so with
oh,
your
so my
grandma.
gran was going, no, go run and tell your mother this.
Yes, this is not about you kids
Yeah, oh,
and
got
the
you.
little kid here.
Ah,
It's just
like-
about that matching where the guests are coming. You know,
Let
what I
your
mean?
mo-
Especially with kids.
And they were treated as guests.
Yes.
And they were treated
Let
as
your
guests.
mother know with all the hardships you've given us, we still had Coke for your fucking son. Let them know. There was Coke and ice blocks here.
And just and you do everything.
I'm with you, I'm
and you
with
do
you.
everything, even if it's small or big, to make the other parents. Oh, got you.
Yes, I'm
Dad,
with you.
Did you
doesn't
just? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, but he's a single dad, and then he was able to. Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
All you want as a parent.
I'm with you.
That parent
That's
ego
great.
trip. Oh God.
Parent ego trip. I never thought of like you like having a parent off through your children.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the parental beef.
That's the parental beef, bro.
Please let your mother know what I did for you.
Spread the word.
It's so funny, like I was saying now, because at the mom's house they've got
Your boys,
my boys have a PlayStation.
not white children.
Oh no. So my kids when they come here, they don't have a TV. They broke the TV, and then
There's no TV?
There's no
Yeah.
TV. So now at their house, they've got a TV in their room and a PlayStation
In their room.
in their room.
In their room.
In their room.
Oh, you just said there's a TV.
No,
in
no,
the
no.
room.
I don't
that
know.
changes
I
everything.
think that was. I don't even know. At first, I thought my reaction was the parent side of me. Then I realized that reaction was the child side of me, going, "Oh, you have a TV in
Oh
your
yes,
room
with a PlayStation
with
4.
with a PlayStation."
I wouldn't have even slept.
Yeah.
No, that's it.
I would have watched Emmanuel butt naked waiting for my scene.
I would have tried to finish a round of Tekken while waiting for Emmanuel get naked.
Yes.
I'd
I'll be
be
flipping
playing-
back and forth. AV,
HDMI.
All I'm seeing is just you hard, rock hard,
butt naked,
with the gleam.
door locked, moaning and everything. You know your mom.
Towel under the bottom of the door.
The sound effects. Oh, bro, TV in your room. Oh, ninja, run amok.
No, now I can see when they come here, there's a little bit of death in their eyes because they know they have to be a
Imaginations.
creative.
Back to imaginations.
Back to imagination.
I'm sure that they both
I
like.
can't imagine this piece of paper as anything else anymore.
Mom's house, we play TV games. Dad's house, we finished the book.
We finished the same book again. I can recite.
Now they're writing books at dad's house.
Ah, shit. Somebody posted yesterday, this is brag. It put my heart started beating faster. Someone posted about the effect, like they were just like, my kid now sings these. It's like a cartoon channel on YouTube. I forget what it's called, Cool Something or something. And then everyone's making jokes. Oh, my kid, nah. Even me, I'm like, someone posted about this song called Owie. It's about a kid bumping himself and needing a plaster. And I was like, oh, you too. We ran out of plasters in our house. La parents.
The comment.
Yeah, it's a comment I made because we literally ran out of plasters because now she talks about owies all the time. If she walks into a table, just slight bump, she's like, Dada, owie, plaster. And now you got to play along. We literally ran out of plasters. Shit. So we're all laughing and stuff. And then another parent comes on. The psychology of a 3-year-old child with these things that stimulate the mind. Bruh, this long, multiple paragraph thing about the psychology of these things and how it's money making and it's effectively a drug and
What, the cartoon?
The cartoons. And how they work, because it's the same thing. The thing that you watch about social media, what's it? The social
network.
The one about
the beeps and shit.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
That documentary
Yes.
on adults. It's the same thing with children. They want the
Gotcha.
hits, they want the views, they want the attention, and they're giving your children the same drugs. Last night, bruh, I was just sitting there with after I read that comment, my eyes are wide open. And I was like, am I fucking up my kid?
Yes.
Is this irreparable?
Yes.
It's just like my kid's gonna have ADD, not because she was born with it, because I was a shitty parent. I didn't read a book. Because sometimes, bruh, they want to read the same book over and over and just like, here's a TV. Here's a TV.
Right.
I'm so entertain you for it.
I feel
Pablo
so much better for these motherfuckers not having anything in this house.
Yeah, bruh.
I'm kidding.
A part of me was like, I need to get rid of the TV for a few
Man,
months.
good luck.
Pablo Escobar must be rolling his grave at these new drug dealers. These new drug dealers you're going through cartoons.
You telling me you work for Universal?
Nigga,
They pay you.
Your drugs are government sanctioned?
Wait a minute. You telling me with colors?
oh, nigga,
You get paid per hit? Nigga, I went to jail per
so
hit.
you went in partnership with animators and you made a cartoon. Nah, nigga.
Are y'all selling to
That's
kids? Y'all don't love yourself.
Funny. That's hilarious.
Pushers with no code, selling to kids.
Yes. When last did you shoot someone? That's heavy, bruh.
That is heavy.
That's
bro.
scary. That's scary because whenever I see a kids cartoon, not talking about your Cartoon Network, when I see those cartoons, I'm like, this is for infants. That kind of animation.
Yes.
So I'm going, that is the most innocent viewing your kid
Right.
could start with. Then I hear this shit. So I'm like, how the
Yeah,
fuck do you
bruh.
protect him from this thing?
But on the other hand,
Wait until they see SABC 1. They're done.
no, but on the other hand, because you go, the stuff we grew up with pure entertainment.
Yes.
Recess and all those cartoons we grew up with is pure entertainment. Also, we're at a certain age. So I'm like,
There's lots of bullying in that thing, but carry on.
yeah, I'm sure it's all problematic in this 2021. But then she learns so much from these new ones because like nursery rhymes and they'll have like a sharing episode talking about sharing or whatever. And her vocabulary grows. Like there's words where I'm like, I didn't teach her that. And then you hear it on the cartoon. It's like, oh, she learned that from this cartoon. So on the one hand, it is working in an educational way. But then I go, what is the psychology of it though?
Right.
Because it's like,
Yes.
some people smoke weed because they need to focus and it works. But then, 20 years later, you hear the person fucked out and you go, oh, was the weed worth the productivity that they were on? And what, you know what I mean? It's like,
They're getting you into debt.
yeah, it's like Jimi Hendrix. It's
Now your
like,
child is
was
there.
the drugs bad or did he have to go at 27?
Yes. Hey,
Good luck with that, bro.
Hendrix.
You're not gonna answer that shit.
No, I'm not going to.
Jimi Hendrix got out of the army by just saying he's gay.
Hilarious.
No.
It's how homophobic people were back then, bruh. So, because he went.
But then this is how homophobic things are. It's not just the army that goes, we don't want you here to be gay. It's the guys who didn't want to go, but rather than being gay, they're like, I'd rather get shot at.
Then people will think, yeah.
And people to think
I
I'm
don't
gay.
wanna be
That you
kicked
ever
out of
say
this.
that I'm gay. It's
And they
like,
think I'm
I'd
gay
rather
forever.
always die.
I'm rather gonna die as a straight man.
I'm gonna go die as a straight man.
That's hilarious. You can get out of this by just telling them you're gay. I'd rather keep shooting this guy. Hey, just tell them you're gay.
That's hilarious. Come on. You don't. No, come on. You don't have to be here. Just say you're gay.
Guys, there's only 4 of us here. There's 1,000 of them around. We have no chance. The only way we can get out of here is just tell them we're gay.
Saint Peter at the gate. No, we'll take you back if you just say you're gay. I'm gonna go burn in hell for a while.
You know how homophobic you must be. Now you're busy saving your sergeant, pulling him. He's been shot in the leg. I've never held a man since my partner. Let go. Let go. Get off me.
Oh man. Ah shit.
I would love to see how many people like got killed because of their prejudice, like just hating a person.
That's so true.
Because there's so many lives that could have been saved if you're just like, no, it's cool. It's the Chris Rock joke. What's the hexagon?
Nigga,
Who taught you hexagon? That's so funny.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, they found life-saving antidote for multiple shot wounds. If you just tell them you're gay.
On your tombstone, he wasn't gay. Tell them I'm not gay.
Shit. We're not going to war. If we ever had to go to war,
Dude, I don't even
I think
know.
we might be out the age bracket.
For
of,
who?
I don't know if I'm gonna pick up arms for this country.
But on a real, like, where would you even go sign up?
There's a scenario.
Where the
all those
Guptas
things.
landed?
Like, where are bases?
So all these things are set up for signing. We know this thing. South Africa is about to go into war in 2
You
months.
can sign up on Facebook. There's a group.
There's
Right,
all those
of course.
things. So it's very easy.
Yes.
There's apps, all that shit.
Right.
We're going to war in 2 months' time.
Right.
Are you going?
Nigga, I'm gay.
Jeepers, to go fight for this country.
Who does this country hate enough to not put in the army?
Do you know what?
that's
Yeah,
country.
no, but
okay, our
do you
country's
know
super
what I
liberal,
think?
constitutionally?
I was about to think why we struggled to think about going to war for the country, to fight for the country, because we don't really have enemies in terms of country.
No, we don't. Yeah, it's not something
So
we
it's
have.
a weird yes.
Yeah.
But if I said, would you die for whatever it is that you have struggled with, you'd probably quicker say yes.
Yeah, because
For a
our
cause.
Your belief, your
Yes.
causes.
our
yeah.
fight was always way more internally. It's not like other countries where you were raised in, like the Middle East, those kind of things where people have raised going, hate that.
There's the enemy there.
There's your enemy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For us, it's going to be a tough one. We need a century of beef before we can
We need
go.
another country to come to us and do this. Fuck. who did that? And then a couple more years of who's doing this?
Why is life getting harder? Who's it? Russia? Okay.
Yeah, then we can go to Russia.
But there's certain countries like, I don't even fuck with Russia. If we were going to war with Russia, I'm not.
Right.
Yeah.
If you look at our defense, and
Because
then
also
you see Russia and
we
them,
need their AKs.
yeah, bro.
That's all we
Russia wins just with the marching. Before we go to the battlefield, you won with the marching. Then look,
You know what? By the time the Russians finish with their formation, the South African army, everyone's shuffling a little
but
bit.
it's gonna you know, they do the marching like if they get the Bafana coaches, you know, they always do the training things where they skip like this.
Those are the only in tune guys as our soccer players. That's the video we send back.
Yes, take this, you motherfucker. What is this? This is your guys celebrating goals. Yes.
Shit.
Oh shit, we send them TikTok videos.
I've never seen a sporting team so excited to celebrate, bro. Bafana, shit. You know, when you see it, you
Alright.
go, you guys didn't stumble upon the celebration. This was half of
This was
practice.
planned. It's half a practice.
This is half of practice rehearsing.
And I wonder how much disappointment there is when you don't get it right, because you only get one chance when the cameras are on.
Yes.
No, wait. Never mind.
Catch me, and then
When they're running back. Why is it so sad after scoring a goal?
after winning the game.
But that's why Bafana always scores first and then loses the whole game. Because
We're done.
They arguing
Like,
over the celebration.
We're done. No, we finished. We finished the whole game.
5-5-2, then 10-4. Simple.
Simply. That's hilarious.
Get rid of the coach. This celebration sucks.
But when do you watch national? Do you watch national sport at least?
No.
Not even.
I catch myself watching rugby things. And that's
Why do I think
that's
catch yourself?
because the rugby thing, when rugby tournaments are on, they always seem to be shown at bars or whatever.
So,
Okay.
Right.
Whereas I don't see
As in
enough.
you'll be at the bar and then catch
Yes.
yourself watching.
And then I'm like, oh fuck, now I'm asking who's
Now I'm in.
playing.
I know I've been gone a long time in sports. I don't know the big names. So people not. So I'll see someone do something amazing on TV, and then I'll hear the commentator talk about like a history with this person. Like, well, it's been the last 5 seasons. He's really. I'm like 5 seasons.
Also, the way you said been gone away from a sport, it's like you started sport or some shit.
What do you?
Like the way I've been gone away from sport for so long. What does that mean?
I don't watch sports. So I'm not engaged in the sport
Oh.
anymore. Yeah.
South African soccer. I watched the game once. I don't know where it was, but the game's on. And then the homie's nickname was from Chipper United. The homie's nickname was Messi. And I'm like, guys, you can't. It's like my nickname being Seinfeld. You can't. you can't just take.
It's not cool.
It's not cool, bro. It's too fresh.
It's two doing the sport at the same time, not dead. Better than you now.
It's too reminding us which other channels we should be watching right now.
So there's a documentary on YouTube. It's the Dream Team. In 1992 was the first time the NBA players could go to the Olympics and play. Before that, it was just college players.
Right.
So like Michael Jordan won a gold medal when he was in college playing for the country because America is so advanced with basketball. So 92, they go, okay, NBA players are allowed into the team because basketball's only 12 people.
And then it was just NBA All Stars.
But they bring Magic Bird, Larry Bird, Larry Magic Bird.
They bring
bring Magic Bird, the
Patrick
big bitch.
Patrick LeBron, Patrick James,
So
I want to join, but I don't know
Kobe.
sports names.
Did they have Kobe O'Neal in there as well?
I'm surprised that you knew Patrick Ewing.
Motherfucker.
So they bring.
Did they have Duncan? I should keep going.
So they bring Magic Johnson out of retirement, but Magic Johnson was forced into retirement then because of the HIV thing. And then Michael Jordan's one of the first players to go, I'll play with him. Lots of people, Brian, must see interviews. We don't want
right.
no gays in this league. Because this is back then. So they don't even go.
Not gays, man. He's not gay.
Yeah,
but it was seen as a
back
gay disease back
there was homophobia to the disease.
Right.
And then
It was layers to the stigma.
yes. So Michael Jordan's one of the first players to go, fuck, nothing's wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like, that's not how this thing spreads. And then other players joined in.
He's not fucking us in the court, guys.
Yes.
But the team is wild. And then they play like Angola. They play like these Eastern European teams. But it's so wild that like while the game's happening, you see other players go up to Jordan like, can I just get you a sweatband? Can you give me your sweatband?
During the game.
During the game. I just want your sweatband.
So one of them was like, you know, my middle name in basketball is Jordan.
But it's so crazy to see substitutes on the bench snapping pics, bro,
Oh, shit.
of the actual game.
Yeah, but
But
they also go. You guys know what's going on.
Yes, we know what's going on.
But we know what's gonna happen.
But
We're wearing his shoe right now.
Going back to a guy from Chipper United who's said his first season, Messi. Yes, Messi is playing currently with you in your career, but how far
It's
is
too
Messi?
much. Right.
It's far, bruh. Even after the game when we're swapping tops, we all fighting for Messi. We all fighting for him.
Sometimes I often think like how, like if one of these huge stars said, let me go to South Africa and like come and play here for a team. I often wonder how much of a impact it would make. Almost like
It would make an impact to a point.
where
In
you
terms
know,
of like confidence, like things like confidence are huge in sports. So to go, people play better when one person changes.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
One
right,
person changes in the team or whatever, and the team changes. But the skill level is still going to be only to a point.
just Messi going a lot of times,
Yeah, but to the sound of
just thinking I made a mistake. I fucking it up.
Because big, fucking it up.
I fucking it up.
But it's crazy how we expect so much from Bafana when, especially like, because then you find out what raised the Messis of the world
Yes,
was a very fine-tuned machine.
yes.
You're
From
8 years old
8.
playing a club that has practice at certain
Right.
times. There's a season schedule. You have actual coaches. You get moved into worlds. You know what I mean? From like the age of 8.
Star players come and coach you sometimes.
Yeah. South Africans, you are meeting grass in college. You've been playing your whole soccer life on dust. You know how to trap on
funny.
dust. The ball bounces differently on
Yes.
dust. You are meeting grass at university.
That's so true.
And then you're at the World Cup now, and people expectations like we're gonna go. It's like, guys, our infrastructure
Right.
is just not
You're meeting grass at
university,
university.
Coach, can I swap these boots for toughies? I'm way better with my toughies.
Coach, this is this grass going to be here on match day? So
Just asking. Just asking.
So
Don't
the-
raise your voice again, coach. It's just simple questions.
are you ready to play? No, I was just wondering if the ball's going to bounce
No.
and come directly where it's headed.
Now you're in the final.
walk on the bounce and come directly where it's headed.
Now you're in the final of the Net Cup, losing 12-0 at halftime. It's like, get back in there, Shabala. Coach, I'm gay.
Okay,
Coach, I'm gay.
That guy Blackie's fire, bruh. New rapper.
I keep
Blackie.
Blackie.
meaning to listen.
Blackie.
Very good.
From where?
South African, actually Durban cat.
wow.
Dope. Raps are nice. It's got
The
a
music
feature.
scene is crazy in Durban, in KZN in general.
Yeah, but also I feel like Durban cats really support this shit.
Yeah. And only their shit.
There's
Yo,
a
you
love
buy
for
our
it.
tickets when we come out, please.
No, bro. That was a quote.
What?
No,
No, bro.
A quote from a Durbanite. No, man.
No.
I feel like there's someone at CompuTicket when you go there to check is, hey, can I get a Lloyd Madiga ticket for the stand-up comedy? No.
It has to be.
And they flip
conspiracy.
the computer so you can see it. No, bro. That's the worst. I remember trying to buy a plane ticket from one of those things, and then they tell you what's the cheapest flight. They give you the price. You go, no, can you just flip the whole screen? I think I'll understand this better if I can read it myself.
That's just you going, it can't be.
It can't be that much. You lying. You're trying to rob me. You're taking cuts, yeah. Does all this money go to Mango?
Does Mango know you charging this?
I caught myself shopping conscientiously the other day where like I was literally looking at all the price points of all the different things. And it made me go, that's why shopping took so long maybe back in the day.
Oh, our parents compare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
Oh my god, you change stores, bro. It's not even like what's the cheapest in this store. It's like, nope, the cabbage at so and so.
Exactly.
We used to get sent. So
Specifically
so you get specific stores to buy specific things.
yeah.
So you couldn't just go to to one store. As a kid, you knew you were store hopping
Yes.
to go get you get the Knorrox from here,
Right.
and you get the cabbage from this place. If they don't have,
Yeah.
then you go to such and such a place, bruh.
I remember. Sorry, you carry on.
No. I was just gonna say it's funny because the boys here this past week, but as I was doing it, I felt so grown up,
Yes.
and it felt nice. I was like, oh shit, but I was like, oh yeah.
Meryl and I try to speed
I'm
up my
my
mom's
parents.
thing. We're like, give us the list. We'll go pick up while you're in this aisle. Yeah, bro, we came back with Milo and all those things. We thought we'd get away with this shit. You forget that the last security point check is at the register because your mom's putting the things.
Yes.
And we're watching her, bruh, putting the things.
On
There's
the
the
side
Milo
there.
now. We're just trying to throw the Milo in with bread so it can disguise itself and not look like a luxury.
Just like your mom's gonna be like, oh, Milo bread. This is interesting.
No, bro, we're trying. Throwing things there, brown sugar, cover the shit up. Oh, bro, that green stuck out hard, the Milo.
Yeah.
And I saw Carol go, no, man.
Because our parents
And your
are
heart's just going,
brand loyal. They're
bruh.
brand loyal. So they'll see, their eye just catches the thing, swing, that looks like not from our house.
Yes.
Dude.
It's like, your mom saw that, and she's like, are they inviting white kids over?
But my dad, because when my parents split, was fine because Greg's was always trying to get back with Carol. So he was always trying to do things to impress her that we can, same thing, go back and tell the other parents.
Yeah.
Then he's like, Milo, try with Milo. Milo, you guys eat this? Yes. All right.
That
Yo, take advantage, bro.
that tell that parents pressure thing just reminded me of something. So in 1990, I was standard 5, 98, and
Do you know how old those things sound?
Yo, dude.
what grade
You're
7?
talking about a century people who could be listening to this weren't born in,
Yes.
and you're talking about school levels that no one talks in. It's like when your parents said, when I was in Form 2,
Oh shit!
It was cool, though.
that's what's happened.
That's what's
You
happened.
said standard, and they were like, what is that?
Like if your kids heard us talking now, they go, Dad's talking to his friends.
Yes.
I don't need to
Because
hear
no one
anymore.
asked questions when he said the weird things.
Yes.
So go back to 98.
No, I'm taking this in. I'm getting all these moments
It's
that
wild, bro.
that make me want to settle.
Into your age.
Because do you know why, bro? I was at Waterfall. We went to Bounce and Waterfall. Beautiful. We need to go to Waterfall,
What is waterfall?
bro.
Yeah, in Randburg.
No. Waterfall, the area, man,
Okay.
in Joburg.
I've never even heard of that
Yeah.
area. Oh, they ain't told us about that
Oh,
one. Don't
bro.
tell them
I think
about
it's
this.
no, it's not. It's black though. I think it's because we looked down at Midrand that for so many years
Oh, is it
we've
close to-
forgotten what Midrand is building. So I went to Waterfall for the first time. I
Okay.
was like, look at my beautiful brothers and sisters having a good time. It's beautiful, bruh.
Is that the one with the market on a Sunday or some shit?
I don't know,
Okay.
man. I was there with my kids, unfortunately. At the time.
You were there seeing how it could be without them the whole time. You're just like,
but no.
look, we're talking to those girls right now.
So I'm there with Lebo and his kid. If he was with his motherfucker.
Motherfucker, stop calling me dad in public. It's Tats.
I told you it's
Call
10
me
easy.
Ted Easy. You call me Ted Easy. Ted Easy, I need to go pee. Thank you. Ted Easy, I'm hungry. Other one, Dad, I'm hungry. Well,
Yes, let's get your dad.
yes.
You got your wallet? You getting this
So-
lunch?
So no, man. So shit. What were we talking about? What were you answering now?
Before
the
that,
age thing,
we're
the
talking
age thing,
about the
the
age thing, and then before that, we're
No,
talking
it's
about
the age
okay.
thing. So Waterfall, beautiful, bro. Anyways, we go to Bounce with my friend. Then what happens is now people are telling me about this place. So at night, obviously, it's very black new money,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And very tender
Preneur vibes. Okay.
So now all of a sudden, my whole vision of this thing has changed. It's like, oh, it's just another one of those.
So it's just a really big news cafe.
But no.
Yeah, fuck this. Because now I see it. And then
As
also
you were describing it, I'm like, yes, I've seen this place.
But now here's what happened. I'm with Lebu, right? Friend of mine, who, as we were talking, this thing of us not acknowledging our ages, like we are old people, it affects things so much, like even on a social scene. There is no reason why those old men should be there, right? But the only reason why they're there is because of this lack of acceptance
Accepting your age.
of your age. So that thing of even the age gaps and shit, like it's a
It's
problem
like jarring.
because there's no elders in society. Because no one wants to accept
no
their
one wants
age.
to
In
accept
terms of the
their
black people of
elderness.
color community,
Yes.
like we are the we right?
Yes.
And we struggling to like grapple with this age thing.
I saw, you know, when someone summarizes your life in a
Oh,
flippant
God.
tweet, someone said, you know, when people knock on the door at the house and say, can we please speak to the elders? You're the elders now.
Speak to me, young man.
Do you know what I mean? That's Papa Tsuf. It's not my dad. My dad will tell me to speak. I'm the elder.
And say what? I say elder things now.
So none of us
Oh, shit.
in society, in South Africa, none of us,
Are
dog.
accepting our elders
We
status.
we always, but we don't accept the elder status. So now here's what happens: we hit on people that we have no business hitting on, because and no one is talking like wisdom.
Yes.
Experience has taught me. Like, when last did you speak to a young person and not feel like a buzzkill, but by simply speaking wisdom because you have experience? Like, none of us take that posture.
Shit.
I think I had it the other night.
Yeah, but it should be yo.
You know, yes,
should be
yes,
there.
yes.
Oh,
It's
that's
not.
what you
It's not
say.
that
Okay.
night. It's not.
Yeah.
Someone opened enough for me. No,
It's who you are
our
now.
postures
Yes.
at the ages that we are in society.
Because 30-something seems so young from what modern society tells us.
Also,
And so low in responsibility to others. We see elders as literally cane, gray hair,
Yeah.
over there, them.
But that's what it's all. That's that thought and that joke I've been working on, where I'm like, oh, this is not a joke. This is serious. Old has always been older, no matter what age we are. So even now, when we were young, when I say teachers were old,
Yes.
everyone has always been older. Even at this age, it's not us.
Yes.
It's still
So
them.
it's hard to switch.
It's hard to go, hey.
That's me, bro. Because when I go back to the rurals, everyone's got a place. That elders thing is a real thing, right? You know what I mean? It's how things function, right? And so it'll hit me when like the things that I saw, the elders like, oh, I get that cut of meat, or I have to do this now. I have to carry the cut. Oh, I have to. Children don't call me. It's like I flip and skip the stage. They don't even call me booty anymore. Young children go, oh, Tatu Loiso. I was like, that does my dad. Yeah, but it's heavy. Because then you go,
and how do
those
the older people
seem
look
to
at
be-
you?
They look at you like you're supposed to do something, but I'm in conversations that I never thought. Because now they're talking to you like so and so's getting a divorce. Like you're supposed to have an opinion about
Oh yes.
about people's
Exactly.
like lives now. They're like, so your uncle is getting a divorce now. So the process that we need to go through as a family, and they're looking at you with expectations. You're like, I didn't even think I was allowed to hear this, and you want me to jump in? You want me
Can
to
I go? Play? Can I go play?
Yeah, bro.
Yes.
And it's like,
This is
So it's
wild.
standing there with what do you have any? I'm gay.
Get right here, man.
That'll get you out. That'll get you out.
There you'll definitely get out. I'm gay.
What you said was some bull.
Because in order to get fake,
shit.
you have to risk being
Is
offensive.
that it?
This is madness, you maniacs.
Carry on.
This is the dope ass podcast.
Yo, that was a nice ending.
That was
we could use that as an ending.
That was a
There's
nice
a
ending
bonus
from
feature.